Okay. I feel like so much happened, but it felt short,
Yeah.
right?
Hmm. Well, she's getting to the end of the book.
Yeah, that's also
So
true.
she's like, well, I need to make some stuff happen.
Yeah. I didn't think she was gonna get married. I thought Jack was gonna be like, hey, what do they say? I oppose or something.
Yeah.
Like I
Yeah,
object or
I
I
something.
object.
object.
There you go. I was like, there's a stronger word.
Mhm.
I thought he was gonna do it, or that she was just gonna be so like torn that Sarah knew, and then she
Mhm.
just was maybe gonna postpone or not go with it right away, but she still went with it.
Mhm. Yeah, that
Yeah,
was wild.
I was kind of surprised that's how Sarah found out. Like I figured she's gonna find out at some point,
Mhm.
but I was kind of surprised by that, which is good to have a little surprise. And then yeah, I was surprised she still got married. And I don't know,
I
seems
don't
kind
think
of
it's,
awkward.
yeah, I don't know. Like, I think ever since I feel like Oscar got this like feeling that there's something between them before they were like talking about it, you know. I feel like he just is not necessarily is giving me the ick, but it's like it's just it doesn't feel like it's gonna work out. Like he's
Mhm.
trying too hard or he's doing too much, and I'm just like, oh, Darlene is here. Hi.
Ooh. So do you think like this coworker's gonna play a part? His ex, who's his coworker, like I don't know. Maybe they're gonna get together, and then he's gonna break off the marriage, and then she'll be like free. I don't know, but she still seems like in love with him.
Yeah.
I'm happy her and Sarah are friends. I feel like Lori and Jack are supposed to end up at the end, and I just don't know how it's gonna happen.
I feel like it's gonna be like right at the end, like the literal like end
Last.
of everything. Yeah.
Mhm.
Because I don't know how Sarah would feel if like let's say Oscar does end up somehow he starts a relationship with that his ex, or something happens there and then she's like, I'm done, I can't be with you, or they separate. I don't think Jack would go and like try it out with her right away,
Mhm.
you know. I feel like out of respect for Sarah, even though Sarah already knows and all that stuff, but still I think he wouldn't feel comfortable. Maybe I'm making him too nice, but
I wonder if someone's just gonna die, and then that might solve. I don't know. And
Yeah, I
that will.
mean, all this traveling he does could have a little
Mhm.
travel accident.
mm,
Mhm.
that's true. Mm. And she's already going through her dad's death. So if he dies next, she's gonna be like, I need someone. And Jack would definitely be there.
I still don't really like Jack.
See, this is what I'm saying. Like, I feel like I'm making him nice because
Mhm.
I was iffy about him, and now slowly I'm kind of like, but look, he's trying, and look, he's
Mhm.
there for her, and he stood up and gave that speech. Like, I don't know.
Mhm.
I'm out here falling for him when this shouldn't be.
He's definitely, yeah, he's definitely a lot nicer like now. I mean, he was so rude to her like
Mhm.
when he was, you know, in his depression phase after the
Yeah.
accident. Like, I still like, I can't believe after all that, that's still who she calls when she's like grieving, you know? It's crazy they could just be okay after that.
Which I feel like goes back to that whole she said he's the only person that understands like having grieving for that one. I'm like, it was his dad, right? Like grieving for a parent. So I think that was also a factor that, was like, oh, who should I call? Not Oscar first or someone else, but him. But it's still kind of like you haven't really talked.
I'm like, I don't know, they haven't had much romantic stuff, like just the kiss and then just his dreams or whatever, but it's just like, I don't know. Like, are they gonna give up their relationships for each other and they don't even know like what's the daily life gonna be like together? Is it gonna last?
Mhm.
Seems like it's all built on this like
Meet cute. Is that what they call
yeah,
it?
this
Infatuation.
like they were just they saw each other on the bus stop and
Mhm.
have this weird pull to each other because of that. Like, are you gonna test drive this or
Mhm.
what before you like
Which
ruin everything?
I'm glad you brought that up because throughout this whole like section, I kept thinking because she's like, oh, um, like I was in love with him for a whole year, but I'm like, you didn't really know him. And like when in that whole year that she was looking for him. And how does he also just like have such a strong connection when sure they became friends and stuff like that, but like it does seem a little dramatic. Like it wouldn't actually happen. Like I was trying to think, would that ever happen to me? Am I that crazy to just like be so infatuated with a person I just barely saw and knew during that one like year or like I mean seconds and then just like be like I love him? I don't think so.
Mhm. No.
Like that just sounds
It,
crazy. Like, hey,
it's
are you
it
okay?
re- yeah. It reads as like a fan fiction,
Yeah.
like unrealistic. I don't know, to me.
Unless it's truly like, oh my gosh, it was meant to be. It was just that one connection that it was instant. But they didn't really talk. It was more like just I saw you, you saw me.
Mhm.
It's like they fell in love with the thought of what could be.
Yes, exactly.
And that whole like time they've seen each other, like, but if it could have been, and like this, we feel this like tension, but I feel like maybe it's because they also weren't together and it was that like, misconnection.
Yeah, what do you think about how she told Sarah or whatever? Like how she explained it.
First, I want to be like, how did it? Because Sarah was the one who was like, it's Jack, right? Or was that Lori? I was a bit confused there.
Well, she was like, "You found him, didn't you?"
Hmm.
And she was trying to like kind of lie, but then Lori was like, "Let's not talk about it." And then she was like, it's Jack, isn't it? And like she already knew.
But if she
You know, she kinda,
knew, why did she just barely bring it up, you know?
well, I don't think she like knew, but when they were talking about it and she realized it
Yeah.
that she had found him and then that she didn't want to talk about it, she like kind of put two and two together. And she's like, I think I knew, like deep down I knew, but she didn't really know till that
Yeah.
moment.
Yeah, I can kind of see that where you can tell that they're not being honest, or like you know this person so much that you can tell when something is off.
Which person so far, character, do you feel the worst for? Like have the most sympathy or like
Mm. Damn, that's tough.
I don't know. I feel her husband's gonna like it's gonna be like a train ran him over, but maybe he'll be the one cheating, so then I won't have sympathy for him.
Mhm.
I don't know. I feel like I want to root for the main character and be like, I feel so bad for her. But she's also like over dramatic and it's just like not
Mhm.
real. So I'm like, you're psycho. So I don't know.
She's in this like expensive flat she doesn't even pay for. Like, I mean, they're all like doing well.
Yeah.
It's like they're not their 100% or whatever. Not with their person who's their 100%.
Yeah, exactly. That was an interesting description of like, oh, this is a 70 and she was my 100. Weren't you with 100 then?
I think like Jack was describing his relationship with Sarah like that wasn't 100%. And then I don't know. I think he was explaining that to Lori like around the engagement or something. And it kind of keeps coming up.
Mhm. So I'll say something next. I thought it was interesting that the girl he brought to the wedding was Verity. I was
Mhm.
like,
Yes,
are
I
we
was
about to cross
dying.
bloods right now?
I was dying.
I so
And
this
then like
this section I listened to and I had to replay it like 3 times. I'm like, he did not just say Verity. That's funny.
okay, so like that girl knew about the exes. But then I think didn't he have another girlfriend after her and she knew about Lori and Sarah? Or was it still Verity? I don't know. I'm like, why are these new girlfriends all up in know all about his ex girlfriend? I guess because he's still friends with them and talks to them.
Was it Amanda? I think that was a name. Somewhere.
My cats are fighting. I'll be right back.
Okay. Was there one in between Verity and Amanda?
I think Verity was the one. Verity's the one where when he moved, right?
Yeah, the one he brought to the wedding.
Yeah. Before that, I don't know. I don't think so, because I feel like that's when Sarah was, after the breakup, was gonna try it out with Luke. And then I think he was by himself. And I feel like maybe he was more like, like kind of like maybe casual dating and not really like had a girlfriend or one specific person. Maybe he was single. I can't remember that part.
I thought it was cute, like what's his name? Jake has been at all Lori's like big life events.
The
Like her
dress.
wedding. Yeah, the dress, the wedding, the funeral, like I don't know. That's pretty cute. Like, to have like clearly they're close. Like
Mm-hmm.
sometimes it doesn't seem like are they that close, but
Mm-hmm.
then like the fact that he would just go to all these events, like he's at this funeral a couple days, I think. Like that that shows a lot. And then they have like all these memories from these events, which kind of have all this history already, even though they weren't like together.
Yeah, which goes to the whole like maybe that whole when she was already saying like I was in love with him in the beginning and all that stuff. I can see them trying to be like, I just love how you are because, they were actually friends over a few years now. So I can see them saying, like, oh, yeah, I love this person now. But in the beginning, it just seems still very dramatic. And, like, I don't know, like, it seems like, what if they had tried it out in the beginning? Do you think it would have lasted this long? The same way that, like, Sarah was asking him? That's Sarah, right? It's like, oh, if you would have met her
Yeah.
first. Like, do you think they would have lasted this long? Maybe, but
I don't know.
it just
I'm
seems
still
bad.
like, are they gonna last? Are they gonna even get together? And then are
Mhm.
they even gonna last? I feel like we're due for a pregnancy too.
I
Someone's
I
gonna
was
get pregnant.
I was thinking that too. I'm like, is she gonna end up with kids? And then he's gonna have to be a stepdad or like, step in if let's say Oscar does die or something happens to him. Or-
What if Oscar gets that coworker pregnant? Or like, what if Jake gets Amanda pregnant? Or Sarah could get pregnant, but that wouldn't be too dramatic.
Yeah. I don't think Jack and Sarah, because since you were like, oh, Sarah, and I was like, well, who would it be? Luke. But I don't think it'd be Sarah and Jack. And I don't know if um Lori, since she's married now and actually shows that she loves her husband, would cheat on him or like get drunk in one time and just like hook up with Jack. It just doesn't seem like something.
Oh, that would be so scandalous if
But
she
does
got
it
pregnant
seem
with
like it?
Jack.
It doesn't seem like it though, right?
No, no.
No.
I think he'd more likely get his coworker pregnant
Yeah.
because she's just like, I trust him so much.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, you're like away from him so long.
This is very trustworthy in like her marriage, I think. Are you listening to it, Julie?
Yeah, I'm doing the audiobook.
Oh, okay.
I am doing it slow, like one speed. Normally I speed him up a little, but with the accent,
Yeah.
I almost want to like slow it slower than that sometimes. Yeah, I'm
Because
like,
when I was
"Uh,
listening to the part where her dad dies and then what's his name? Jack is like talking to her. Like I felt like that was way more emotional. If I was just reading it, I don't think I would have like felt as sad. I don't know. I guess the way they acted it out or like did the voice, I was just like, oh my God. Like I really felt it. I felt like I almost was gonna cry and I'm like, what is this? Like I guess it was all of a sudden, but still I'm like, that was interesting.
yeah, like the girl's voice gets really dramatic, and it kind of annoys me because I don't know. It's like, wah, wah. Like even when it's not that dramatic of a part, it's just uh, her voice. I think I got used to Jeanette McCurdy like monotone, and she's like too happy or too sad. It's just too forced.
I know Oscar asked Lori if she was happy. Why do you think he said that? I mean, we're getting her perspective where she is saying like, "Oh yeah, I love him," and all these things. Do you think it was just the speech that Jack gave, and that's why he was like, "Wait, are you happy?" Or do you think he's seeing that maybe she's starting to be distant, or like I don't know.
Maybe she's also trying to like project and ask herself, like, am I happy? Because if he says he's not happy, then it's like her green light to like, you know,
Escape,
finish it.
run away,
Yes. Mhm.
find someone new.
Because there's stories of like people who just, even though they don't maybe even love the person anymore, just stay with them because they're too scared
Yeah.
or don't want to deal with it all.
Like maybe he's her 90%, and it's like, is Jack really gonna be your 100, or is he gonna be 80? Like,
Mm-hmm.
you don't know. I feel like Sarah almost gave her the green light though. Like, I don't know. Like she's kind of, I don't know if she gave it to Lori or more to Jack, but just kind of like asking those questions. It almost seems like she expects they will get together or something.
Like she's giving up and she's like, fine, you guys
Mm-hmm.
met or have a stronger connection than I do. Or, like we should give you guys a shot since, it didn't work out with me, even though I really wanted it to, or something like that.
Yeah, and she's happy with the Luke, so
Yeah.
that helps.
Yeah. Will there be another wedding? Probably not. maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know.
Another wedding, a baby, and a death.
Another death. We still have like a few years left.
I think it's 3, 2, 2, 3, 2. 2017. So 4 years? No, wait, we're in 2015. So 2 years. Damn, that's quick. 2 years?
Oh,
Hmm. Maybe they won't. Maybe they'll leave us like on a cliffhanger.
yeah.
Because 2 years, I
Like
feel like
just
seems
they're
a bit
both
quick.
single.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just don't know how she's gonna do it. I'm curious to see. I'm like, I don't know. I feel like this book, like, I'm not super into it, but I'm like invested now
Mhm.
in how it's gonna end. Like, I do want to know.
I think I find it interesting enough. Like if I was reading it on my own, I would finish it within a week. Probably within a
Mhm.
few days, just to be like, what happens? Who does what? You know?
Mhm. Yeah, it would be a quick, like,
A quick read, yeah, for sure.
mhm.
Yeah, like, I don't know. It's interesting that it's mainly in Laurie's perspective, and then Jack's perspective is like very minimal. It's almost just so we kind of know what he's up to, and I don't know. But I feel like we could, if Lori texts him once in a while, we could always get his info just from their text if they would like share.
Instead of his whole like little point of view kind of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I guess they show us his view because he does still think about her, and then we know, like, at first it was important because we know he did see her and
Mhm.
feel that connection at the bus stop, and but I feel like, yeah, there's definitely less of his perspective now.
Yeah. Well, we'll see.
Mhm.
2 more years. Seems like a small section, but we'll see what happens. Busboy. I had forgotten that they called him busboy. When she said that, I was like, what? Who's busboy? Like I was thinking in a restaurant, like the actual
Mhm.
busboys. And I was like,
Mhm.
what happened? And then I was like, oh wait, no.
Yeah, I wonder if they call them something different in England. Not busboys, but like,
Oh, I see what you're saying.
uh-huh.
Yeah, like they mm, hmm, maybe.
Have you guys seen this meme about New Year's resolutions where
No, what is it?
it's like a reel where it's like, get a new phone, and they write like case.
I think I have come across them.
Yeah, I forget. It's like 5 New Year's resolutions, but they kind of alter it. So it's like,
Yeah. Which one? There was
reminds me of her New Year's resolutions, how she has to keep like basically redoing the same resolution. It's like save $1,000 and then they cross it off. Save $10.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. It was like save money and then they're like save $1.
Like live happy and they cross out happy and just say live.
Yeah.
Lose 10 pounds, cross out the zero, just 1 pound.
Do you guys write New Year's resolutions?
I used
Not really.
to, I think it was what, a year ago? Like I did it in just a tiny little paper and I put it over here. Maybe 2 years ago now. And then I would pick like a one word that would represent that year for me, like action or something. Like that
Mm-hmm.
whole year, I'm like, I'm gonna try and, take action in little things and stuff like that. Cause I don't know. I felt like that was kind of inspiring.
Mm-hmm.
But did I fall through? Yeah. I never really like did them. Like I would write them down and most of them were
Mm-hmm.
repeated because they didn't happen. And I never really looked back besides like maybe the first 2 months I really tried and then I forgot about them. So
Mm-hmm.
nah,
I don't think I've
One
ever
year,
done it.
no.
yeah, one year I did like a YOLO one. Like I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna be a yes man and do all this stuff. And it was actually really fun. I did all kinds of stuff that year because I was just like
That's so
YOLO. Like,
cool.
went to all these concerts and traveled. My cousin did one where took she traveled every month, like somewhere.
Hmm.
Like not very, not necessarily far, but she
Yeah.
like took road trips and visited friends and you know, I was like, that's a cool one. Of
Yeah.
course, before COVID.
That is smart. I've heard of people doing that. They're like, once a month I'm gonna do this or like something like that. And
Yeah.
where I fail is the planning part. Cause like even for Christmas, I thought I was pretty early. I wrapped my gifts early. I had most of them ready. But then I took like a week break and now we're at Christmas and I'm not done. And I was super
Mm-hmm.
early and I was like, what the hell? It just popped out of nowhere. So that's where I fail. If I try and plan stuff out, eventually I like slack off a little and then I forget.
One time I did like a vision board, and that was kind of
Mm-hmm.
cool where I cut out
Hmm.
pictures or something. But it was like right before COVID hit because I wanted to go to New York and I was actually like planning that trip, and then like during COVID. It was like April. I wanted to go COVID, and
Yeah. No, COVID is
so
coming back up.
a lot of my visions didn't come true.
Hmm.
That was pretty cool.
I don't think I've ever, I mean, I've had like ideas. I also like what you guys were saying, like a word,
Mm-hmm.
like wellness or rest.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's things I want to focus on, but I never like, if I put the pressure on myself, I know I won't do it.
Same. Same. And that's what has happened in many years where I'm like, I'm gonna go to the gym this many times. And I literally had not that I didn't have goals, but I didn't set them, like as a resolution. And I've been going to the gym more this year than like I ever have. So I'm like, it's that pressure that I can't do either. And it's my own
Mhm.
pressure, but still like, nah. So Crystal says she would join us for
Yeah.
the books.
Okay. Yeah, kind of like when it's like a concrete thing, like you said, like do this once a month.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
But then it's a fine line where it's just like stressful and it's just like I'm just doing it to do it. But then if you're vague, like travel, then
I
that's
traveled
not
to
really
the
gonna get
fridge.
yeah. that's not gonna get
Exactly.
accomplished either.
Yeah, you're not gonna be very accomplished either. I feel like you have to be in between, not to like vague in general, like just travel. Or
Mhm.
like once a month I'll go, I don't know, 30 minutes away from my house. I have no
Yeah.
idea. You know, like
Mhm.
make sure once a month you at least leave your house for 30 miles away from your home, or I don't know.
Or somewhere new once in a
Yeah.
while.
Oh yeah, see somewhere new. There you go. That's a good one.
I like when
Explore
people do like I'll go to a new restaurant once a
Yeah,
month.
I was just gonna
Because I
say
mean
that.
I go to
The same.
like a restaurant, not like I'm going to a new taco shop or like a new, I don't know, Chipotle.
Hmm.
Like I'm gonna sit down with a napkin, a real napkin. Okay, so Crystal says she's gonna join us.
I
Hello.
finished.
Oh, you finished right now?
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Give us your, what do you think?
Well, I mean, obviously he has to admit it and just tell it, and then I mean, I guess more so the truth is gonna come out from him soon. And then that's when I think things are gonna crumble down and Oscar's gonna be like, we're not meant for each other, and Cressida is my love, whatever.
She fits better with our family.
Yeah. Or
Yeah, that's
Lucille's
what
just
I
gonna
think.
keep pushing it, and then she's gonna break them apart.
Yeah.
I was listening at the same time that I was reading, so I agree with most of the theories also, but hard to say.
Who's dying, who's getting married, and who's having a kid?
Jack is dying. Just kidding. I don't know. Sarah's gonna get married to Luke.
Oh.
She's well, she would say he's my 100%.
Mhm.
And then Lori's gonna I don't know. I don't know about the baby. Maybe Sarah's both. She'll get married and have a baby.
Mm.
To Luke. And then Oscar will die. I don't
That's really harsh. Why don't
know.
you like him? I'm just kidding.
No, I mean,
No,
I
I
don't like
know.
his mom.
Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah, I just feel like all our books have a pregnancy. I mean, it could also be like a miscarriage too. Like Lori could have a miscarriage, and then that's all dramatic. But I don't know.
Yeah, I can see that. Because I feel like when her dad died, I could tell that like her state kind of changed where she was like, oh my gosh, I love Oscar, blah 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 blah. And then now it's like, my dad. Like, you know, she's just sad and she's grieving, I get it. But like, I mean, deaths do affect and change you. And who knows if she's gonna, you know, be the same with him. Do you guys have a book? I don't have one. I'm looking for one right now.
No.
Yeah, I have mine and Paola's.
Okay. This whole time I keep thinking of like, I know we haven't done a series and it'd be kind of hard to do it, but I
Mhm.
do like Katie's book. But this whole time I'm also like, fantasy. What is that? And I'm like, Game of Thrones, Game of Thrones. But I'm like, that is long. I don't,
Mhm.
so I'm like, no.
Yeah, fantasies are hard because they are usually series.
Series. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yup.
But mine's just the same as last. The Winter's Promise.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
I like
I didn't have to do any homework.
mine.
You should just pitch it again so I remember.
Okay, I'll pull it up. What you need to know, it has a very nice cover.
It's pretty.
Okay, show us again.
Okay, I'm gonna pull it up on my computer. I'm trying to make it bigger. And it just made it smaller. What? Okay. Can I turn? Yes. Can you even see it? Oh, it started to preview it. There it is.
It's pretty.
Oh yeah,
Like-
that's nice.
And it's like about floating cities. So it says Amazon doesn't have. It
You
takes
have
me
to, like,
forever to.
scroll down, yeah. Because they do the author first.
Mhm. I'm gonna go to Goodreads. This is too much. So it says, long ago, following a catalysm called the Rapture, the world was shattered into many floating celestial islands known as the arcs. Each has developed in distinct ways. Each seems to possess its own unique relationship to time, such that nowadays vastly different worlds exist together but apart, and all over the arcs, the spirit of the ancestors abides. Ophelia lives on Amina, an arc where objects have souls. Beneath her worn scarf and thick glasses, the young girl hides the ability to read and communicate with the souls of the objects and the power to travel through the mirrors. Her peaceful existence on the arcs of Amina is disrupted when she is promised in a marriage to Thorn from the powerful Dragon clan. It sounds like Daenerys. Ophelia must leave her family and follow her fiance to the floating capital on the distant arc of the pole. Why has she been chosen? Why must she hide her true identity? Though she does not know it yet, she has become a pawn in a deadly plot.
I muted myself and then I started talking. I was like, it reminds me of this other book I read, but I know that Crystal also read it already. And it's very dystopian too. So I really like your choice.
Thank you. Sorry, my cats have an automatic feeder too, and there's just a lot of. I was muted for a second because it was going off.
I'm over here like,
Okay, should I pitch Paula's first?
Mm-hmm.
Hers looks interesting. Okay, it's called Kindred by Octavia E. Butler. So the cover has like a girl on the front and some houses. It's pretty cool.
Kindred.
Okay. Yeah, Kindred by Octavia Butler. Okay. So Dana's torment begins when she suddenly vanishes on her 26th birthday from California, 1976, and is dragged through time to Antebellum, Maryland to rescue a boy named Rufus, heir to a slave owner's plantation. She soon realizes the purpose of her summons to the past: protect Rufus to ensure his assault of her black ancestor so that she may one day be born. As she endures the traumas of slavery and soul-crushing normalization of savagery, Dana fights to keep her autonomy and return to the present. blazing the trail for neo-slavery narratives like Colson Whitehead's The Underground Railroad and Ta-Nehisi Coates' The Water Dancer. Butler takes one of speculative fiction's oldest tropes and infuses it with lasting depth and power. Dana not only experiences the cruelties of slavery on her skin, but also grimly learns to accept it as a condition of her own existence in the present. So it's kind of like time travel, but also like historical with the slavery part. So sounds pretty cool.
I like that because a lot of fantasy is just like out of this world, but this is kind of, we can relate to it just because we've of the history part.
Yeah. And we haven't done like a historical fiction book in a while, so
Mhm.
that'll get kind of both.
I read it for a
Both.
class.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
Oh, no.
but I'm pretty sure Paola pitched it because of the Hulu series, right?
Oh, is it? Oh, yeah, it says Hulu.
Yeah. So I remember the title. I don't remember the story very well, but I think it was good. If I recall, I
Must be.
actually enjoyed it. And I
Yeah,
still have
it
my
must
notes
be
of
good.
foreshadowing. I'll probably just shut up if it does win. Because I mean, I didn't hate it. So this was, I think, in college too. So it was good. Also, very good choice. Hmm.
Okay. I was gonna pitch, it is a series, A Court of Thorns and Roses. Have you guys read that? It was kind of popular.
I read it. It's very
Okay. Yeah, it's like really popular. So should I not pitch it?
no, you should pitch it. I'm trying to describe it. It has a good plot, but also people like it because it's very steamy.
I was just gonna
Ooh.
say,
Well,
Very
my friend, I've seen like a few people on Instagram read it, but someone described it as like Hunger Games meets Beauty and the Beast. So I was
oh,
kind of like,
yeah, that's accurate. It's good.
yeah. So it's called A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. When 19-year-old huntress Freyr kills a wolf in the woods, a terrifying creature arrives to demand retribution. Dragged to a treacherous magical land she knows only about from legends, Freyr, I don't know how to say this, discovers that her captor is not truly a beast, but one of the lethal, immortal fairies who once ruled her world. At least he's not a beast all the time. As she adapts to her new home, her feelings for the fairy, Tamlin, transform from icy hostility into a fiery passion that burns through every lie she's been told about the beautiful, dangerous world of the Fae. But something is not right in the fairylands. An ancient, wicked shadow is growing, and Farah must find a way to stop it or doom Tamlin and his world forever. Yeah.
that one has like 5 books, huh? Or something like that, or 3.
I think it is 5.
Yeah, I'm down. Get hooked and then it becomes your side book.
I know.
Or the book for half of the year. Just kidding. Let's see.
Yeah, it's just one of those I see people like post a lot, so
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious about. And then someone said it was kind of like sci-fi, and then yeah, I think my friend was like, I don't normally read sci-fi, but my friend gifted this to me and I loved it. She described it at Hunger Games and Beauty and the Beast, and I was like, oh, we'd probably like it if it's Hunger Games like.
Yeah. Good one. Do you have a book, Crystal?
I was playing with the blurring of the background.
Oh,
No, I don't.
oh. What is that?
I just wanted to hear everybody's suggestions. Whoa. You can only see my forehead. It's all shiny. Looks like I'm bald.
Well, we only have 2 books, so
How many?
3.
Oh, let me see if I can find one.
I was gonna say Dune, but I don't know what Dune is about.
It's about
Oh, you read it?
I only read like 20 minutes of it or listened to 20 minutes on an audiobook. It's very world building. Like it has a lot of detail. Everyone I know who's read it really likes it,
Mm.
but it's a lot of detail.
I can imagine because it's
Mhm.
thick.
Mm-hmm.
It gives me like Star Wars vibes.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, like it gives you this whole new world, but I feel like they're not gonna just brush off things. They're gonna go and tell you everything about it. I can imagine. Let's see.
I think I actually wanted to do the before
Coffee.
coffee gets cold,
Okay.
but I don't know what it's about. Let me see.
This is interesting. I just came across this one called Atomic Anna. Anna.
Oh. Mm.
It says 3 brilliant women, 2 life-changing mistakes, 1 chance to reset the future. In,
Oh.
in 1986, a nuclear scientist, I think I want to say it's Anna, is asleep in her bed in the Soviet Union when Chernobyl's reactor melts down. The energy surge accidentally sends her through time. When she wakes up, she's in 1992 and discovers Molly, her estranged daughter, shot in the chest. Should Anna travel in time to save her daughter or stop Chernobyl, the reactor that blew up or melted? And like it goes on describing a little bit more, but then it pretty much says there's 3 remarkable women that they must work together across time to prevent the greatest nuclear disaster of the 20th century, but simply because you can change the past doesn't mean you should. I don't know, we'll see. I'll add it on there.
The before coffee gets cold is it says where is it? In a small back alley of Tokyo, there's a cafe that has been serving carefully brewed coffee for more than 100 years. Local legend says that this shop offers something else besides coffee, the chance to travel back in time. Over the course of one summer, 4 customers visit the cafe in the hopes of making that journey, but time travel isn't so simple and there are rules that must be followed. Most important, the trip can last only as long as it takes for the coffee to get cold. Heartwarming, wistful, mysterious, and delightfully quirky. It explores the age-old question: what would you change if you could travel back in time?
Mm.
It's like a Midnight Library, no? Un poquito?
Similar, yeah.
Yeah, like time traveling into time travel. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I can't find it. There was one I found on TikTok.
You found one on TikTok?
Yeah, and it was like a girl. She was really young, but I remember she was like on the Forbes 30 under 30. I forgot what it was called.
Is it tomorrow, tomorrow, and tomorrow?
No, it wasn't that one.
What genre is this? It's an adventure. We can do those 5. Unless someone else has another. They're kind of hard to look.
I was trying to look through Goodreads too, but I couldn't find any that were really like popping out.
Mm-hmm. Maybe it's just not like a genre that we're like super. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Have you guys read A City of Bones?
Mm-mm.
No? Me either. But it's also a series and I have the book. It's like Hunger Games. Hold on. Oh, geez. I just realized I have this whole section in my bookcase. I feel like most of the dystopian look like this.
Mm-hmm.
This is the book I was talking about, The Kiss of Deception. But Chris already read it.
Yeah, those
There's
are
a
really good.
series of 3. So not this one. Have you guys heard of The Maze Runner?
No, but the movies were good.
Also true. This is The City of Bones. It's I would say it's a teen book. There's like 8 books. The New Queen of Fantasy. I don't really know what it's about. Let's see. When Clary Frey heads out to the Pandemonium Club in New York City, she hardly expects to witness a murder, much less a murder committed by 3 teenagers covered with odd markings. This is Clary's first meeting with the Shadowhunters, warriors dedicated to ridding the earth of demons and keeping the odd werewolves and vampires in line. It's also her first meeting with gorgeous golden-haired Jace. Within 24 hours, Clary is pulled into Jace's world with a vengeance when her mother disappears and Clary herself is attacked by a demon. But why would demons be interested in an ordinary mundane like Clary? And how did she suddenly get the sight? The Shadowhunters would like to know. Fantasy. Why not throw in some 2007, some old books. There was a movie about this, I think, or a show.
Did anybody watch that movie?
I think so. Mm. Most of them come with series. I have another one that my other friend Crystal, or our friend Crystal, suggested. It's called The Forests of Hands and Teeth.
Oh yeah, I have it.
That's why I couldn't find it. That's very like dystopian.
Yeah, it's very crazy. I didn't finish it, but
I finished it, but I didn't finish the other. So should I throw it in there? Or keep the 5? What do you guys think?
I think 5 is good.
Okay.
yeah.
There's a movie. Okay, cool. I'm gonna go watch the movie. I'll send you guys the form. Read the last section. Crystal, are you still there?
Yes.
It's your birthday, so we're singing.
Oh, stop.
Happy
Happy
birthday to
to
you.
you.
Happy birthday to you.
you.
Happy
Happy
birthday,
birthday,
dear
dear
Crystal. Happy
Happy
birthday
birthday
to
to you.
you.
Zach's singing too. He's grunting as I'm singing. He's like, ah.
What?
He's like, oh, that
Thank
was
you.
horrible.
I wish I should have
No, you're
recorded it.
That's funny. Hope
Why
you
are you
enjoyed your day.
complaining?
Oh my god, he has a cone.
Yeah. thank you. Oh, where are you?
Well, Merry Christmas. We'll see you guys next week.
Christmas.
Oh.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Buenas noches. Bye.
Bye.